Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be, it's your energy the narcissist needs. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So energy, what is energy? On this planet called Earth, there are many different forces or sources of energy, I should say. Some would be solar energy, hydro energy, nuclear energy. There's so many different kinds of energy, but what I'm referring to is your human energy. You see, what makes you you is you. It's exclusive to you. It is your fingerprint. It is your identity. And when you were in the narcissistic relationship, they did not want you to be thinking about anything other than what they wanted you to think about. You lost your identity when you were in the relationship. Your energy was stolen from you. Your resources were taken from you. Your focus had been shifted. You see, the energy that you possessed when you were in the relationship, it's completely the same as it is right now. The difference is where it was going to. When you were in that narcissistic relationship, your energy was going out the window. It was going to fuel the narcissist. You were the person who was completing them, meaning you were the person who was doing everything for them and providing a lifestyle for them, giving them your time, your money, your energy, your love, empathy, everything I talk about on the channel. But you didn't realize that you were in a toxic, challenging, narcissistic relationship. And when I said completed them, yeah, I meant that, because the narcissist needs a fuel source. They need someone to drive them from one segment of their life to the next segment of their life. And that fuel source for a period of time was you. Now, I don't look at you as a fuel source. I look at you as a beautiful, bright, shining light, an abundant person, a person full of promise, of opportunity, of growth, of fulfillment, of love and empathy, of kindness and compassion. The narcissist looked at everything that I just described, which are only some of the attributes you possess, and they looked at those things as things that they don't have. So they wanted to capture you as an energy source to catapult themselves forward. And they did not want you to ever figure out who they were, what narcissism was. They didn't want you to notice behind the mask. They definitely didn't want you to heal. They wanted you stuck in that low vibrational quagmire state where they, i.e. the narcissist, exists. And that is where you were for a long period of time when you were in the devaluation stage. You were existing, you were not living. Your energy was going out the window. It was going right down the toilet or the drain, if you will, because you were pumping up the fragile ego of somebody who had nothing but disdain for you. They were taking everything they possibly could from you because they placed you in that narcissistic fog, the zombie-like, trance-like state where you were existing, and your energy, your beautiful, bright, shining light that radiates from you currently, that was being squelched. It was being diminished. It was being extinguished day after day, week after week, month after month, etc. And the narcissist knew this. What they were trying to do when you were in that relationship was take anything they possibly could from you while promising you the sun, the moon, and the stars and everything that they future faked you with, telling you that tomorrow, yeah, we can do this, we'll do that, we'll raise kids, we'll build a life together, we'll grow old together, we'll get married, we'll start the business. They were doing anything they possibly could to get you to do whatever they wanted you to do. And the reason why they did that is because the narcissist looks at people as opportunities. They look at people as fuel sources. They look at people as energy sources who they can take from, and hopefully, this is what the narcissist thinks, eventually extinguish that energy source, if you can read between the lines. So many people in the narcissistic relationship did not have any idea of where they were. They were not educated on narcissism, and that probably was you. It certainly was me. And when you are in a vulnerable position, in love with somebody or loving somebody, when they don't have the ability to love, and what they want to do is extinguish you and your beautiful, bright, shining light, and you keep on telling them what you're thinking and telling them that something's wrong and telling them you want to work on the relationship and telling them that you're giving everything you can, there's nothing left more in the tank, and why they're not lifting a finger to help out the relationship. When you're in that position, it is a very debilitating, taxing, and challenging place to be. But that's where you were. Now understand something. When that relationship ended, no matter how it ended, if you were discarded or if you ended it yourself, either way my heart goes out to you, but when it ended and you healed and you really slowed your life down and you processed what narcissism was, and you understood the definitions in the glossary and the terms on the narcissistic abusive cycle, example, what is the smear campaign, what is the silent treatment, what is a rage fit, what is gaslighting, etc. When you wrapped your head around what those definitions were and you coupled them with your real life experience, that equals wisdom. Now, my hope is you either have the wisdom or you are acquiring the wisdom, not only about narcissism, but how human behavior is different in every different aspect of our lives, meaning not everybody thinks the way you think. Not everybody has your best interest at heart. Not everybody has the beautiful, bright, shining light that you possess. And you are a rare person. You may be even an empath. But I can tell you one thing, you're in the community and you're on the channel and you're getting your cup full and you're understanding that now you are becoming the priority. You are coming first, second, and third. But you had a mountain of work in front of you. You had to heal. You had to journal. You had to meditate. You had to see a therapist. You had to process childhood wounds, etc. You had to read books and watch videos, etc. And then one day it all clicked. It all came together for you. You wrapped your head around the fact that this person, i.e. the narcissist, not only did they not only love you, but they didn't want you to exist. They wanted to extinguish your beautiful, bright, shining light. They wanted to extinguish your energy, but they couldn't do it. And they gave it their best shot. Day after day, week after week, etc. You were experiencing toxicity, all the verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, maybe even physical abuse, certainly spiritual abuse. And you may say, well, what are all those things? Well, what they are real life things that you were living day in and day out when you were in the toxicity of the narcissistic relationship. But when you're out and you heal properly, what happens? Your energy returns, your health returns, your physical appearance returns, your status returns, your network of friends is rebuilt. You probably will have to relocate. Your finances will return. Everything will return 1,000-fold once you break the chains of the narcissistic abusive cycle and you slow your life down and you rebuild. Now, did you want to have to rebuild? Of course you didn't. Nobody wants to have to rebuild. Specifically, if you're older, you don't want to have to rebuild again. You don't want to have to find a romantic interest again, etc. But that's what we do, or that's what we're doing, or that's what we are about to do. Because you see, we've been through something that most people don't go through, which is the toxic narcissistic relationship. Most people will go through these kind of things. They won't even know what they are. Other people won't go through them at all. Then there are people who go through them. They get out of the relationship in any capacity. They find the needle in the haystack. They become educated and awakened, empowered and strong and galvanized. And they understand, wow, I was really in a very, very dark space for a long period of time. And I made it out. And the narcissist did not think I would make it out. And they perhaps discarded me and crumbled me up like a sheet of paper and threw me away in the freeway, knowing that I wouldn't exist. But they were wrong. Just like with most things in life that they talk about, they're wrong. You see, the narcissist is weak. They're frail. They are a coward. They are a bully. They never thought that you would exist. They didn't think you would make it through the fire and rise through the ashes like a phoenix. But that's what you have done, or that's what you are doing, or that's what you're about to do. And when you come through this fire and you enter the third most strongest galvanized version of you known to humankind, this is rarefied air. It's where I am waiting for you to arrive, or I am putting my arm down, trying to pick you up to where we are and where so many other people are that I've helped get across the bridge, break the ties of the narcissistic relationship and heal properly. If you're there, drop comments. If you're not there, continue to branch fell. If you're not there, continue to focus on yourself and keep moving forward, but don't give up. Don't ever give up. Continue on the path and understand that if where you are now is not where you want to be, then there's work to be done. If where you are is where you want to be, then take a deep breath in and say, I'm grateful, I made it through it, and I'm in a good spot. Or if where you are, you're considering relocating or making another life change, perhaps interested in opening up to a romantic relationship or a friendship, etc., well, this is great, but only do so if you've healed, if you've taken time out of life to process the narcissistic relationship and to really stay in that cocoon of boundaries and understand how humans are and how humanity is different and how the narcissist thinks exactly the opposite of you and how you don't need a beautiful energy source to take from somebody because you are the beautiful energy force or source. That's why I talk about it on the channel so frequently. You are a beautiful, bright, shining light. Why I say that, it's not a coincidence. There are no such thing as coincidences on the planet. The reason I say that is because that's what I am, and that's what you are. And the narcissist is the polar opposite. They're a dark energy source. They are the pitch blackness. They are the yin, you're the yang. They are the dark, you are the light. They are the night, you are the day. And this is so evidently clear when you understand and you break the chains of the narcissistic relationship, that it is you who have always had the power. It is you who have always been in control. It is you that has the energy. It is the narcissist that was trying to hoodwink you and have you believe that you had no value or no worth or you wouldn't amount to anything, because the narcissist was and or is envious and jealous of you and of virtually everybody on the planet. because the narcissist knows at their core they need an energy source to catapult them day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year for the rest of their life. This is how the narcissist thinks. This is what the narcissist needs. Think about a narcissist in this current year. Can you picture the narcissist without their smartphone? You probably can't. Can you picture the narcissist without social media? You probably can't. Can you picture the narcissist without video games? You probably can't. You see, the narcissist needs distraction. They need interruption. They need disruption. They need confusion and chaos. And that's what your life was surrounded by when you were in the relationship with them. But my hope is you're out and you have healed, or you are healing, and you're about to take that next step in life, whatever that is. Maybe it's taking a class, teaching a class, reading a book, writing a book. Maybe it is falling in love. Maybe it is building a friendship. Maybe it is relocating or picking up some hobbies, etc. But what you will be doing is you will be putting all of that energy back into yourself, and that's where it belongs. So get your cup full. Realize that you are stronger than you know. Realize that the narcissist did manipulate you. They did take advantage of you. They did steal your energy and so much more when you were in that relationship, but they can no longer do it. Why can they no longer do it? Because by now, either you have or you are about to go no contact, to block these people, delete them, remove them and all fly monkeys and people associated with them. If you do that, or when you do that, you realize that your energy does return. It will not return overnight. It will return slowly. Just like the way you entered the narcissistic relationship, it was insidious. It crept underneath your skin. It got into your being. It got into your soul, into your mind, into every bit of your energy. And to remove yourself from the toxic relationship, again, that's going to take time. You're going to have to be patient, stoic, centered, calm, reserved, resilient, focused, determined. And you're going to have to know that getting away from these people is the path. Once you've identified that you were or are in a narcissistic relationship, and staying in it 1 minute longer than you need to, it's 1 minute too long. Now, many of the things that I'm sharing with you on the video, if they resonate, drop comments, but understand that you have something that most people don't have. You have the beautiful, bright, shining light within you. You know it, and I know it, and I've always known it. My hope is you've always known it too. If you haven't, you're understanding it right now. But this is what the narcissist tried to take from you. And the narcissist did not want you to do anything other than to be extinguished so they could steal you, your soul, your energy, and everything about you. And again, before I close the video, they tried. They gave it their best shot to knock you out for the count. But that's not what happened. You got up off the canvas. You picked yourself up by the bootstraps. You dusted yourself off and you went to work. Where? On yourself. That is what the narcissist can't do. They won't do. It's impossible for the narcissist to work on themselves. All they do is work on other sources of supply to manipulate and to steal what? To steal their energy from. So realize this. The narcissist is all around you. They are shapeshifters. They will come at you in all shapes and sizes. They will speak different languages, etc. You need to really have boundaries. You really need to insulate yourself, not overshare. Protect yourself and what? That's right, your energy. Your energy is priceless. Your time is invaluable. Your resources are so important. All of these things and more is what the narcissists want to take from you. And they did a great job until when? Until they didn't. That's why you are now where you exactly belong, whether you know it or not. So again, before I close the video, if this is the first video you're consuming, watch more videos, become awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and understand that this is the path. It's going to be a long journey, but this is your path. You must continue to move forward each and every day. If this is one of the thousands of videos you've watched, thank you for staying here, getting your cup full, paying it forward, and to understand that you are so beautiful, you're valuable, you're precious, and your energy is needed on the planet. And for those people who are in between, who are trying to break the tethers, the chains of the narcissist, remember there are 4 ties that must be broken: the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie. These ties will take time, but if you are severing these, or if you have severed them, understand that going no contact is the path. And where you are today is where you belong, no matter where you are on the planet. So example, if you think that you should be on Hawaii in a beach surfing and you're not there, well, you're where you're supposed to be. Understand what I'm sharing with you. If that's where you want to be, make plans, get out there, move to Hawaii, or go on vacation, go surfing. But to get to where you're going, you're gonna have to go through the tunnel. You're gonna have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the light at the end of the tunnel is the rebirth of you. That is your energy. So when you're in that pitch blackness of the tunnel and you can only see a little speck of the light at the end, what you're doing is you're reaching to find you, the third version of you. And that's where the narcissist never wanted you to achieve or to arrive at, finding yourself. You had to lose yourself to find yourself. And the light at the end of the tunnel is actually you. You are returning back to the third version of you. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that, you are not alone. And the video was amazing. I loved doing it. I hope you understood all of it or most of it, but the end was very telling for me, because the light at the end of the tunnel, when you really focus on it and you're in the very dark days, maybe even experiencing the dark night of the soul, you don't want to go on. You want to quit. You want to give up. You don't want to exist. You have to give in to a higher power. You just have to understand that all your beliefs and everything you were taught, it's not the way the world works. It's not reality. And then when you do that, when you go through it and you put yourself back together, that's when you begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the light at the end of the tunnel gets brighter and brighter the more you go along and go through the healing path. And what you're actually doing is you're arriving at the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. That is where the narcissist never wanted you to arrive. That is where I have arrived, and so many other people I have helped to arrive. But understand, you're returning to yourself after you were in that toxic relationship for so long. You are either now out or about to get out. Leave the narcissist in the past. Go no contact, etc. If not now, when? I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, I hope you guys liked the video. I loved it. Bye.